messy. It's a bit messy here. We got 100ml perfumes. These is all the Christmas. Okay, there's the Christmas stock. The white ones for girls, women, and celebrity women. This is the equivalent. La Vie Belle. La Vie Belle. This is the equivalent. We got quite a few there, and we got roots here. I have no idea. I can't tell you without my So you got 1, 2, 3. What's 9, 10, 12. 12 and 3. 12 and 3. Perfect gift idea this Christmas. Yodeyma perfume. You cannot beat this. These guys are very good. Yodeyma perfume, if you never use it, if you've never used it, try it. Try Yodeyma perfume if you've never used it. Try it.
Across the United Kingdom, including Northern Ireland. So the moment we leave, we can take all we've done currently under the internal market studies, having the ability for a minister to take the powers. We're not taking the powers unless the EU try to ransom us by not acting in good faith, not allowing our food to be exported into the single market. When we've got the highest food standards in
no, but if you're talking about good faith, we agreed something.
100ml perfume.
We're going to go against
this
it.
is Irish, and that's equivalent for Indian.
No, the bad faith is on the European Union side by saying that they might consider not allowing us to continue to export food into the single market when we've got. And I spent 22 years working in the food industry in the UK. I can assure you, if we have the highest food standards anywhere in the European Union by a country mile. So that's not acting in good faith if they would not take our food. Whether they're not taking any of these strictures on food from Canada, Japan, South Korea, or anywhere else. That's not acting in good faith.
Okay. Mr. Bridgen, thank you very much indeed for joining us. You're watching All That Politics. Coming up next, we'll have the view. We're going to look at the opinions, talking points and cartoons in today's newspapers, including this one of Boris Johnson having trouble with his clean-up.
Getting our stock for Christmas. So buying one of these is only £21.55 for 100ml. To get La Vie Belle for less than £22, that is a bargain. And that is a massive bargain. Very special. That's the reason why I was opening that box, because I needed to find that particular perfume. All very special. So I got the manual here. Very special is the equivalent for good girl. Very special is the equivalent for good girl, and Chianti is the equivalent for, is it Chanel? Chianti is Coco Chanel. Yeah, Chianti is Coco Chanel. Insigne is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Yeah, Insigne is classic by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Jean-Paul Gaultier. Celebrity woman and alien, the most sold of all. The most sold. And Cara is light blue. Cara is light blue. Yeah, light blue. That's the equivalent for light blue. Dolce & Gabbana. So we have stock. We have stock for Christmas. Order your perfume now before the stock runs out.
What time of the view now? Looking at the latest
Before the
opinions and
stock
talking
runs out.
points in today's newspapers
Because they will.
and news websites. And in the Daily Telegraph, Theresa May's former advisor, Nick Timothy, urges
Very
Boris
special.
Johnson not to betray the voters who sent him to number 10. There is now a Conservative power struggle between the respectable, what he calls the respectables, and the dependables, with, he says, the very future of the party at stake. Dominic Cummings may have been toxic, but at least he had a vision for the country after Brexit, says Claire Foges, David Cameron's former advisor in the Times. Now the fear is that Boris Johnson will be left surrounded by yes men. And in the Sun, Trevor Kavanagh says the Prime Minister is paying the price of being a nice bloke, and he must now act fast to reassert his authority. The Prime Minister is left literally in a power vacuum in Morland's cartoon in the Times. And he's checking his WhatsApp messages from Kerry to find out what to do next. That's in Blair's cartoon in the Daily Telegraph. The historian will view Boris Johnson as one of the UK's most significant but also most damaging post-war politicians and prime ministers. That is according to the economic correspondent Martin Wolf writing in the Financial Times. He says the Prime Minister will be remembered for getting Brexit done, but also for his mismanagement of COVID. When the pandemic is finally over, is normal something we want to go back to? And that's the question asked by John Harris in The Guardian. And Trumpism's last stand, the president's refusal to concede, is stoking hatred in an already polarised country. A on-spot report from Ian Birrell in The Eye. Well, joining me today to look through all those are the author Nicky Hodgson and Edward Boyd. He's a former Conservative advisor, now co-founder and executive director of Regenerate. Nice to see you both. Now, Nicky, a lot of those columns giving advice to Boris Johnson and indeed delivering a verdict on his leadership. And Martin Wolf there in the Financial Times, a very respected commentator, really pretty damning about the Prime Minister. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think it probably is fair. I mean, you know, Martin takes the time in this column to really outline the things that Boris seems quite blinkered about. For example, the fact that he keeps referring to our trade relationships in terms of being a sort of Australian model, even though we even heard from your previous guest that, you know, we're nothing like Australia in terms of getting a deal with the EU. We're really not going to be in the position that Canada has been in either. You know, it really is a case that although Boris is the person that's carrying Brexit through, you know, has he ever really been for it? That's always been a question. We know that he's been a Eurosceptic. We also know that he once authored a column which was all about his desire to remain, which then was never published. So one of the biggest issues has always been that we never quite know where Boris sits himself on these matters, and that undermines our confidence in his ability to get it done if you so believe it should be done in the first place. Obviously now we're in the situation where no deal is looking increasingly likely, and that plus the pandemic is a case for economic catastrophe.
What do you think, Edward Boyd? Is it too soon to say historically significant as one of the worst prime ministers of the last 70 or 80 years?
Yeah, I think exactly that. I think no one's going to look at the last year and say everything has gone smoothly. I think Boris included with the communication around COVID, around some of the concerns of the effect of a no-deal Brexit. But he is 1 year into his premiership. And, you know, we know from his time as London mayor, the first 6 months did not go to plan. They were chaos. And he managed to turn that around with a new team coming in. And I think the hope is that that is what will happen this time. And in the article, the focus, you know, understandably, is on GDP and the fact that, you know, Boris is fighting for fisheries, which we know have a minimal effect on GDP, when leaving the single market will reduce GDP by far more. And I think whilst that's important, there's also this huge risk that if the whole of the UK's health is based around how we're doing on GDP, not culture, not community, not how it affects people's livelihoods that they have been doing through generations, I think we miss part of the picture. And I think this article is, you know, right on some bits where there are fears about what might happen in the future, but to say that it's over for Boris. He's already declared as one of the worst prime ministers we've had. I think is far-fetched.
And I mean, it's interesting. We got Claire Foges, who actually said she worked for Boris Johnson when he was Mayor of London, and she says on the basis of the Johnson she knew, Nikki, she doesn't hold out much hope for a relaunch, the sort of thing Trevor Kavanagh says he'd like to see.
No, exactly. This is kind of hammering home the point again from somebody that's actually worked closely with him and seen how he operates, that he's too much of a flip-flopper. You know, Claire Foges basically says that he will go where the will is, and that he doesn't lead, basically. He's too amenable, he's too malleable, and that's not what you need in a Prime Minister.
And Edward, we got another sort of unhelpful ex-Prime Ministerial advisor, Nick Timothy. He's drawing this line saying basically that Boris Johnson needs to respect the Red Wall voters who gave him his majority. Seems to me there's a bit of a flaw in his argument, which is that actually it was a coalition of voters, including conventional home county voters who gave Boris Johnson his majority. If he goes too far in one direction, he might alienate the other one.
I think you're right. I think Nick Timothy points out really well this kind of broad coalition that brought Boris his sort of thumping 80-seat majority, and the fear that with Cummings gone, who really kind of drove lots of the levelling up agenda, as they call it, kind of making sure that London doesn't surge ahead in the home counties as the north regions of the UK, but that might go with him. I think it would be a huge shame and a mistake if that did happen. But I think where I think the focus needs to be, often the focus is, Londoners care about climate change, the North doesn't. And actually, you look at the polling, it's not the case. Only 8% of the UK
last box. That's Caribbean. That's Dio Sauvage.
Climate change is a big concern.
The best.
And so, what will make the biggest difference
for men, the best.
Whether
you have to
Boris
get this to your man.
Those, really
that will be one present he will never forget. You need to get this to your man. Your brother, your dad.
And that's the interesting
your
thing,
granddad.
isn't it, Nicky? That you've got
platinum. It's called
Boris Johnson,
gold
like Trevor Kavanagh, writing in the Sun, telling him to adopt policies like ending lockdowns or not escalating green policies, which we know are, they appeal across the board. They don't just those policies.
What are people saying?
Of course not. It's hugely patronising to presume that the North thinks in a tangibly different way to the South. And I say this as a Northerner myself, that's why people don't vote for the Tories, because we don't feel in the North that they truly understand that our concerns are other people's concerns. There are plenty of working class voters who care about the environment and doing their bit. It's just ridiculous. And, I had a government advisor ringing me this week asking me about my opinion about how they could, keep control of the Red Wall. The Tories have got absolutely no clue when it comes to communicating with the North.
I think you said that very frankly. Now let's talk a little bit, Edward, about what's going on in the United States.
That's it for
President Trump moving closer to admitting that he lost the election, saying that Joe Biden won, but then saying that the election was rigged.
Packing.
And we did have these ugly scenes which would in Washington, which is
so if you're thinking about an idea of a gift, of present to your loved one this Christmas, get Yodeyma perfume. It's the best thing going. It's the best thing that can really bring a smile, a massive smile, and and a change to your loved ones. A change, because this it's like nothing you've ever smelled before. Yodeyma perfume is simply the best. Yodeyma perfume is the coolest perfume you will find out there. So get one of these today. That's from the hair doctors in Ashton on the line. That's OL67LR 186 Stamford Street Central, Ashton, Manchester. Order today. Our order line is 077 077 24158. That's WhatsApp. We can deliver. If you're local, we will deliver today. However, if you're not in the area, from our area, we can post and we do it same day. We've got all these orders here today. They are going. Check something. Let me show you something. Some orders. Let's see what we got for what we got here.
Not just Republicans, actually specifically Trump supporters who feel extreme ire about the situation right now. We've seen through the racial tensions, we've seen, Ian Burrell's report that we haven't, covered entirely, really gets to the
what have we got?
Horrific scenes of violence, person-on-person violence that are happening right now in Washington and across America. And, they're at the brink of civil unrest. That really needs to be pulled back, but that isn't going to change the fundamental discomfort and unsettling feeling that is pervading at the moment underneath politics there.
Moment. Root. Moment.
Will ask whether students in lockdown deserve a refund because of this pandemic.
I think 1 second. Moment. How many have we got? Moment. That's root and serve. At the moment we've only got we've only got 2. Moment there, we've only got 2 in stock. Timeless, Morpheo, Metal Sports, Resolute, Instant, Peak. Peak, how many we got? We got 2 though. And what is this one? That's Insigne. Insigne, how many you got? Insigne, we got 2. Exitia. Exitia we got. Yeah, Exitia, there's only 1 in stock there. Need ordering. Right. Double Seduction. Seduction is free. Yodeyma. Sweaty. Vivacity. So you have Sweaty and you have Vil Fashion. Showing us 1-1. So you got Sweaty there, you got 2, that's Vil Fashion. Vil Fashion, there is 1. Sweaty 2, Vil Fashion 1.
This campaign is calling for a full or partial refund of tuition fees for students who've had their studies severely disrupted by the coronavirus pandemic. So should students get some of their money back? Joining me to discuss that are the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Buckingham.
So this is what I'm going to show you here. These are the orders. Manage orders on Amazon.
And Larissa Kennedy, presumably you think students should get some sort of refund. How big and why?
absolutely every student who's experienced disruption this year, which of course is the vast majority
we try and look for
that they shouldn't need to pay tuition fees, but of course,
Yodeyma.
We have long said students shouldn't be paying tuition fees this year, but they shouldn't have paid them last year, and they shouldn't be paying them next year either, because what this pandemic has
doesn't come up with anything.
is expose how ludicrous and unstable it is that we have a funding model of higher education that relies so heavily on student fees, to the point where this year we've seen students lied to, essentially, about the possibility of face-to-face teaching, to trap them back on campuses, to get them paying fees, to get them paying rent, and this funding model just cannot go on because it's unstable, it's ludicrous, and it's actually this year seen us risk the safety of not only students but also staff and local communities.
Okay, well, we'll come on to the model, but I just want to talk about the practicalities. Sir Anthony, you've made it clear that you sympathise with a lot of students for what's happened to them. Should they get money back, though?
That's one here. That's Alien. That one. That's the equivalent for Alien there. That's another one here. Alexia. In the order. Waiting to be shifted. Right. Let's go to the next page of orders here.
And then they came back. I think universities did try and do their best and were acting sincerely.
Can't find anymore.
September, because they recognised the mental health and the educational needs and the social needs of students, and the students wanted to come back. And then, it went pear-shaped. So yeah, I mean, students.
Yep, that's only 2 for today, but they are going. See there, Alien and Alexia. That's Alexia. That's Black Opium. They are going. So we shall see you soon. Order now. www.thehairdoctorsashton.com. That's the website. You have any inquiries, you can inbox us, WhatsApp us on 077 077 24158. That's our WhatsApp number, and our telephone number in the shop, in the store, is 0161 331 9097. We can deliver wherever you are. Give us a shout. Have a good day. That's the Hair Doctors in Ashton on the line, Manchester store. Your hair doctor. Any issues, please bring it on, and we will certainly get it sorted. So share these. So the video today was about the greatest present you can get what you love your ones today, whether they're children, father, husband, wives, relative, cousin, brother, mother, grandparents. Yodeyma perfume is definitely what you need to get them. And look at what the prices are for Yodeyma perfumes. That's 100 ml. These are 100 ml perfume here. Look what the prices are. 50 ml, we don't stock a lot of 50 ml, but in abundance we have the 100 ml, that's a £21.55, and the 15 ml, that's a £5.45. So these are in stock here at the Hair Doctors in Ashton on the line. That's OL67LR 186 Stamford Street Central, Ashton, Manchester. So this is it. The Hair Doctors, those are the numbers you need for your hair care, treatment, growth extensions, and beauty care. We are here to help. Get your present out now, because it's gonna get very busy, and some of these perfume will go out of stock. They're only limited stock from the suppliers too. Thank you for watching and sharing. Comment below. If you're following us on YouTube, comment below, put your order, place your order there. Comment by commenting on the video, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos from the Hair Doctors in Manchester. See you soon.
Students are suffering financially, so we're looking at a financial support package that's going to fix this brokenness that we've seen in higher education over the past few months. As has been said, I think we also need to widen that conversation.
Google Yodeyma perfumes for more information.
Student poverty,